Are you ready?
Hey peeps, how's it going? And what just happened with the Detroit Pistons? 2 back-to-back blowout losses. I'm not really stressing over the Brooklyn one. I am, however, concerned about this game against the Miami Heat. First of all, I have to give credit where credit is due. Miami is scratching and clawing and fighting for every little single bucket and defensive stop because they know how important this matchup against the Pistons was. And if they play Brooklyn, I'm not sure if they play Brooklyn, but if they they're going to play against Brooklyn. If they play Brooklyn this season, it is going to be just as scary. But this game proved to me that Eric Spoelstra, that's a weird tongue twister name, is a good coach. They got good players. They have Hassan Whiteside on the bench, and they're still a very tough defensive team. And I was pulling for Miami to get this 8th spot to send Dwayne Wade off in the playoffs, and it looks like if they keep playing like this, that they will. That being said, the Detroit Pistons have not adjusted game to game. Your offense is very simple. You give the ball to Blake and run it through him. And teams are starting to realize that. They have adjusted to a zone style of defense that you never see in the NBA because it never works. Is killing the Pistons. Absolutely killing the Pistons. They're able to steal the ball away from Blake because you've ran the same play almost every single time for however many games we played. 60-something, 70-something. We're got to be up there. You ran the same play every single time. That's on Dwayne Casey. I blame this loss 80% on Dwayne Casey. 20% of the players because they didn't really show up. But 80% goes to Dwayne Casey. They look tired and unmotivated, and that's on the coach. That is your job to help develop a game plan for your players to execute. And then that falls on the players to execute. But when you have the same game plan and it doesn't work, that's on you. You had to get these guys hyped up, okay? You have a mixture of some veterans who have been here before that don't need it. But you're starting a rookie in Bruce Brown. He doesn't know how big this game is going to be. He's going to be nervous. You got to motivate these guys. The offense was staler than a fart. It was terrible. And then we couldn't stop them on defense. It was an overall bad effort, top to bottom, from this team. I blame Dwayne Casey for leaving Reggie Jackson in. I hope Reggie's okay. It didn't look good. It really didn't. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how serious it is. Reggie says he's fine, but it didn't look good. Zaza's over here hurting people on our own team. I don't know what the deal with leaving Reggie in was. That would have been a good opportunity for some young pieces to get some garbage minutes. I just don't know what the fuck just happened. I really don't. I know we're gonna bounce back, but it's at the same time I understand you guys are frustrated with this one. That was just a bad game. There's 82 games in the season. You're going to have great games where you look unstoppable. You're going to have some bad ones. And that was probably one of the worst games of the season, which sucks coming at this point in time since you've just turned a corner not that long ago and went on this great win streak, winning 8 out of the last 10 games, and it kept improving. And now it feels like that was so long ago. I'm not forgetting about that. But I feel like most of you guys kind of forget about that little run that we had, okay? This team's still good. They just have to adjust. And unfortunately, Reggie probably will miss a few games. Hopefully not the season. I don't know how... It's like a day after the game. I still haven't seen any updates on Reggie. But I don't know. If that means Ish starts, that's all right. Backup point guard... I don't even want to speak it into existence. I really hope it's not Jose Calderon. If Reggie's out for a long time, we're screwed. We are screwed. He was starting to fully come back and show glimpses of what this team could do. And if he's out, that's a wrap. All that playoff talk we did, where we could beat a team, if Reggie's not healthy, it's not going to happen. Scary time for these Pistons. After scratching and clawing and fighting to get to the 6th seed, you lose it, and arguably you might lose your point guard for the season. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully it's not. At the time I'm doing this, he is not looking good. He says he's fine, but man, it was a tough blow. Tough blow. I'm sure most of you guys are frustrated. It was painful to watch. I could tell what was going to happen before it was going to happen. I seen Blake go up for the high post. I'm like, oh, there's a bucket for Brooklyn. And sure enough, boop, or not Brooklyn, but for Miami, boop, stolen, dunk. You couldn't get penetration in there, and you did nothing to fix it. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It was a sad game to watch. I'm not gonna argue with that. It was probably one of the worst performances of the season, and I'm not even concerned about the game about the Nets, just because of all the traveling we had to do and a back-to-back. I get it, but this team looks tired. I hope they didn't fatigue themselves where they can't play anymore, but everyone looks tired, extremely tired and exhausted. Dwayne Casey's problem in Toronto was substitutions. Not be able to adjust. That's why they were never able to beat LeBron. They were more talented than Cleveland. They never adjusted, never adapted to a game, and that's why they never made it to the championship. I hope he learns from his mistakes. Definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. It was insane tonight. But I don't know what else more I could say. Just players didn't perform. Game plan was poor. Miami was on fire and unstoppable. So I mean, that was just doomed for failure. I know they're coming back to Detroit. We got to get some more W's. Man, there are some tough games. I know we got to go in Golden State, in OKC, in Portland. So, I mean, there's 3 games right there that are going to be super tough to beat. You have to get these games at home. Absolutely, you have to. Have to. But I hope Reggie's all right. I hope you guys didn't jump off the bandwagon. I know some of you probably already did. But, hey, that is what it is. But that's all I got for you guys. Description box, Instagram and Twitter. Links are in there. Go check this out. And I'll see you guys in the next one.